Shalom, everyone. So I just have one thing to say, and it's about the board. Um, the drama that happened on the board is over, and it's important that we get back on track, and we don't allow the drama to keep coming up. Okay, I made a post. I explained why I did what I did. You wanted it off the board. I took it off the board, and it's just still not good enough. I don't really know what you want from me, and to be quite honest, at this point, it's really starting to get obnoxious. Like, enough is enough. The drama is over. The board has a purpose, and I've likened it to a plant. If you don't give to the plant, if you don't water the plant, if you don't take care of it, then it will just die. And that is the way a bulletin board works. It's just, that's just the way it goes. So I really would appreciate it if people would get off the drama and get off looking for threads that had anything to do with the drama and get back on topic. Um, there's so many things that are much more worthy of talking about. I mean, we just had a parsha where Moshe is gonna die. That's much more important, I think. Um, you know, I've restructured the board. I've I've made some security on the board now. In the beginning, I was really very optimistic. I thought no one's gonna pull stuff like that. I'm not gonna have to worry about that. I kind of had this thing in my mind where I'm like, we're all Jews. We're not gonna. There's not gonna be any kind of manipulative stuff going on. Um, everything's gonna be kosher. Because that's what I thought. But inevitably, there's always something that comes along and lets you know that hey, you're wrong. There are going to be people that are going to come along that are going to challenge you, that are going to um, that are going to do something that really is not healthy for the board, and they're going to be people that aren't really a good match for the board. And the thing is this person knew that they weren't a good match for the board, and even said so, and even left the board. So I don't really know why this is such a big issue. Um, and so, I really did. I went into this with this kind of notion of, well, everyone will be okay. There won't be any of that stuff. But I was wrong. I mean, when you get a group of people together, inevitably, you're going to find that, eventually someone is going to come along and they're just not going to be a good fit for the board, right? But the problem is that this drama is still ongoing. Like, it's still getting attention. Like, it just, at some point it has to be over for everybody. Now it's over for me, right? And I would hope that it's over for everyone else. And there's no more posting on it. There's no more anything about it. When I made my post describing my rationale, right? Because I knew people were going to want to know why I did what I did, right? Because I've done this before. So I wrote out, this is why I did what I did, and people didn't really want to read that. They wanted it off the board. So I took it off the board. And then again, another old post, gets posted on. I don't know what you want from me. I don't understand what you want from me. At this point, it's just aggravating. Like, it's over. It has to be over. If it's not over for you, then it's not my problem, and it's not my fault. We all have a responsibility to the board, right? We accepted it. We have a responsibility to it. I have a huge responsibility to it because I have to run the stupid thing, right? I mean, it's not easy to run a bulletin board. I mean, yesterday I spent um, a few hours securing the board because of what happened. I realized that, we can't have, the board can't be something that people can just look at, guests can just look at anymore. Because that person who left the board of their own accord was still reading posts on the board, and PMing me on YouTube, and I'm sure PMing other people on YouTube, right? So they were reading what was on the board and bringing it to YouTube and making problems on YouTube. So what I did was I locked the board down. Now that person cannot read what's on the board. You cannot read what's on the board unless you have an account. You've registered an account, and I've personally approved of it. And before you get personally approved to go on the board, you have to go through a security check. So that's the only way you're going to get to see the board. And the only other way someone could see the board is if someone is copying things from the board and giving it to other people, which I would hope that kind of thing wouldn't happen. But there's only so much that I can take of this drama, and then I'm going to get really angry about it. I waited a day to make a video because yesterday I was extremely angry. Yesterday morning. And so I waited and I calmed myself down so that I could make this video to let everybody know, like, this is what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking that, it's over for me. Why can't it be over for everybody else? Why isn't it over yet? Why is it continuing? And also to let you know of the security update. So the best thing to do now, we just had a Parsha in which Moshe died. Don't you think it's much more important to discuss our Judaism and our studying and learning rather than keeping this drama going? The answer should be obvious, I would hope, at this point. So let's just all get back to what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be studying, we're supposed to be contributing to the board with knowledge and getting to know one another and, doing good things with the board, because that's one of our great tools. The board is a great tool to have, and we can share a lot of knowledge through it, and that's what we should be doing. There shouldn't be this continual focus on this drama. It should be over now. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, and hopefully people will get back to the important parts of the board and contribute to it in the way that it was intended to be when it was set up. All right, everyone. Shalom.